Downtown Disney is recalling hundreds of cast members back to work. The Disneyland Resort is launching magical extras for what they call Legacy Passholders. And when will Disneyland and Disney California Adventure theme parks finally reopen? The Orange County Register has an idea. Hello, everyone. Wade for the Kingdom Report, joining you once again to bring you all the latest Disneyland news stories. Settle in and get ready to be informed and to hear what's happening in Southern California's Disney region. Hey, before we get started, make sure that you have locked on to that subscription button. Yeah, go ahead and hit it for us. Also, make sure that the notification bell is turned on so that you never miss an update. And if you haven't done so already, the thumbs up button is your friend. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up button for us. Lets us know that we're on the right track and giving you the content that you enjoy the most. The Hollywood Reporter is sharing that Downtown Disney will once again be offering outdoor dining after Governor Gavin Newsom on Monday lifted regional stay-at-home orders across the state. And thanks to that move, more than 200 Disney Union employees are being recalled. The Disneyland theme park and hotels have been shuttered for almost a year due to the novel coronavirus pandemic, but Downtown Disney was able to reopen last July for indoor shopping and outdoor dining. In November, a portion of California Adventure reopened, also for outdoor dining and shopping. Rides, however, remained closed. But Newsom imposed a stay-at-home order in December as COVID-19 cases skyrocketed throughout the state, and the result was that restaurants could no longer offer outdoor dining. The state now returns to a system of county-by-county restrictions. Workers United Local 50 president said 232 of his dining and beverage union members would be recalled in the first wave. Along with Downtown Disney, Universal City Walk is also expected to expand outdoor dining options. Indoor dining at both locations will remain closed. The state's major theme parks were locked into something of a grudge match last year with Newsom as they vied to reopen to no avail. Disney, the most vocal, pointed at its Florida location, which had been operating, albeit with strict measures in place and an attendance cap, since last summer, without a single reported COVID-19 case being linked to the resort. At one point, it looked as though Newsom might give an inch, but his plan ultimately mandated that parks could not reopen until their respective county was in the tier of yellow, with the lowest percentage of COVID-19 cases. A lawsuit was floated by the park's officials, which banded together to push back against the guidelines. In other news from InsideTheMagic.net, they share that Disneyland Resort is officially advertising magical extras for Disneyland Resort Annual Pass holders. They say if you had a Disneyland Annual Pass that was recently canceled, you're going to want to hear about this new update. Disney recently took to Twitter to share some news that annual pass holders are now, quote, Legacy Pass holders. Though exact details are unknown, Disneyland did share the following message to the Disneyland AP account on Twitter, saying, quote, Welcome, Disneyland Resort Legacy Pass holders. Thank you for having been a Disneyland Resort Annual Pass holder as of March 14th, 2020, the date of our park's closure. Get ready to be delighted with magical extras that celebrate you. End quote. The following email was also sent to those Disneyland Resort fans who had an annual pass that was canceled. These former Disneyland pass holders are now being called Legacy Pass holders across the board. The email says, quote, Welcome, Legacy Pass holders, to those who have been annual pass holders with active passports as of March 14th, 2020, the date our parks closed. Thank you. To show our appreciation, we thought a new title was in order, Disneyland Resort Legacy Pass Holder. As a Legacy Pass holder, there are magical extras that celebrate you, from special offerings and park news to discounts on select food and beverages and merchandise at select locations in downtown Disney District and Buena Vista Street. So get ready to be surprised, delighted, and most of all, celebrated, because that's what being a Legacy Pass holder is all about. These benefits will be offered until new membership offerings are announced. Close quote. The news comes on the heels of the cancellation of the Disneyland Resort Annual Passport program. a decision the company made amid the ongoing pandemic and continued temporary closure of Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure Park. When the news broke that Disney would be sunsetting the Disneyland Resort Annual Passport program, the theme park resort's president, Ken Patrick, shared that former Disneyland Resort Annual Pass holders would be the first to know about the, quote, new membership offerings when they are revealed, saying, quote, "I know that sunsetting the annual passport program will be disappointing to many of our pass holders who are just as anxious as we are to reopen our gates and welcome guests back when the time is right. But we are also very excited about what's ahead. We plan to use this time while we remain close to develop new membership offerings that will utilize consumer insights to deliver choice, flexibility, and value for our biggest fans. Once we have more information to share about future membership offerings, our pass holders will be the first to hear from us as we embark on this next chapter." End quote. Right now, it is unclear what these magical extras will be for Legacy Pass holders other than the discounts previously announced. However, knowing that many former APs have already received surveys hinting at new passports and theme park ticket offerings, and given the launch of this Legacy Pass holders social media campaign, it does seem as though Disney is making an effort to keep former annual passport holders in the loop. For now, former Disneyland Resort Annual Passport holders whose APs were canceled by Disney can still use their AP discount at eligible locations within the downtown Disney district and, by extension, Buena Vista Street in California Adventure until those new membership offerings are officially rolled out. And finally, when can Disneyland reopen? The Orange County Register's Brady McDonald writes, "It seems like the simplest question, but it is one that has vexed fans and operators alike for more than 10 months now. When can Disneyland and other California theme parks reopen?" The simple answer comes with the world's biggest asterisk. California theme parks can reopen as soon as mid-March. That would be nearly a year to the day since Disneyland, Universal Studios Hollywood, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags Magic Mountain, SeaWorld San Diego, Legoland California, and other California theme parks closed in mid-March 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now to that asterisk. California theme parks can reopen in 6 weeks if the counties they reside in can reach the least restrictive yellow or minimal Tier 4 of Governor Gavin Newsom's blueprint for a safer economy. But that is a huge if. A 6-week timeline for reopening Disneyland is merely a best-case scenario and highly unlikely. But it does offer the first possible date the park can reopen under the state guidelines. The best estimate at the moment is that California theme parks can reopen in spring or summer under COVID-19 health and safety reopening guidelines issued by the state. But the pandemic has cast aside estimated opening dates many times before. All but 4 of California's 58 counties remain in the most restrictive purple or widespread Tier 1 risk after exiting the state's stay-at-home order this past week. That puts California theme parks back on the path to reopening, but still as far as they can get from a full return to operations under the state's color-coded system. California theme parks will be allowed to reopen on a county-by-county basis under Newsom's 4-tiered system. At the moment, every major theme park in the state is in a county stuck in the most restrictive purple tier. Every day a theme park's county remains stuck in the purple tier pushes a potential reopening date that much further out in the calendar. State mandates require counties remain in each tier for at least 3 weeks before moving to a less restrictive tier. That means every California theme park will have to wait at least 3 weeks for their county to pass through the red or substantial Tier 2 and another 3 weeks at a minimum to make it through the orange or moderate Tier 3 before reaching the yellow or minimal Tier 4. The 6-week timeline to reopen in California theme parks is far from a certainty. Counties can and have remained mired in a single tier for months during the pandemic without making any progress. There is no telling how long it will take larger counties like Los Angeles, San Diego, and Orange to even exit the purple tier and start the 6-week countdown toward the least restrictive yellow tier. and there's nothing to stop a county from slipping backward a tier or becoming hopelessly stuck in a tier during the hypothetical 6-week journey. Then, there's the biggest challenge of all. The California Attractions and Park Association says the state's large theme parks could remain closed indefinitely if their counties can't reach the yellow tier. The greatest unknown of all, what happens to California theme parks once they reach the yellow tier and have their attendance capped at 25%? The state has not announced how Disneyland and other major theme parks can move out of the yellow tier and return to full operations. Unfortunately, we have about as much certainty now about when Disneyland and other California theme parks can reopen as we did at the beginning of the pandemic. Well, that about does it for today's Disneyland News Headlines update. Now we turn it on over to you. What are your thoughts on cast members being recalled to the Downtown Disney District and Buena Vista Street? Do you think more are on the way behind them? And are you perplexed when it comes to this Legacy Passholder benefit situation with the annual Passholder program being thrown out as we understand it? Also, do you think that Disneyland is going to reopen within the next 6 weeks, or do you have a feeling that this tiered system that the state of California has in place for an official reopening might just push Disneyland's gates being opened again past summertime? I would love to hear your perspective. Please leave it in the comment section down below. And if you haven't done so already, ensure that you are subscribed to us with that notification bell slammed into the screen. And if you haven't done so already, that thumbs up button lets us know we are producing content you want to hear, and we will certainly do more of. For the Kingdom Report, I'm Heath. We'll see you next time for another edition of Disneyland Resort News Headlines.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.